And welcome along to the very first Soul Show of the year on Radio 2. We're kicking off 2014 in fine style as star of the current blockbuster The Hobbit and BBC One Sherlock. Martin Freeman is my co-host tonight. He's also a massive soul fan, and every single track on tonight's show has been picked by you, Martin.
It sure has, Trev.
And I always said we'd do this, didn't I?
Yes, and here we are.
Did you know you'd be the first of 2014, though?
I didn't. I feel very special.
I'm glad you do.
It depends who I'm bookended by.
Well,
if I'm in good company either side of me, then yes.
Not only do you have a cup of tea, you have custard creams from me as well.
Thank you.
So
Not everyone gets that.
I'm putting you way up there, you know. Thanks for squeezing us in anyway. Must
You're
be a really
welcome.
busy time for you. You're currently starring as the lead in one of the biggest films of the year, The Hobbit.
Yes.
And you're also in one of the biggest TV shows, which made its eagerly awaited return tonight on BBC One. Sherlock.
Yes, yeah, I love both of them. I'm a very lucky man.
I'm going to talk a little bit about them later on, but this is all about music today.
Good-o.
I met you properly on the Danny Baker Show.
Yeah.
After watching your Funk Brothers documentary about Motown's basically their rhythm band.
Yes.
And I thought, now I can tell when someone's banging to their music.
Yeah.
And you are. So let's start straight away with your first selection, The Pointer Sisters. Mm-hmm. And yes, we can. We'll talk about it.
I know we can make it work. I know we can make it if we try. Oh, yes, we can. I know we can. Yes, we can. We got your mind. Yes, we can. I know we can. And we gotta take care of all the...
If only you could play drums, eh, Martin?
Oh, I can. I'm not bad, Trev.
Really?
I'm not bad. I can hit things in time.
Is that why you love that tune so much?
It is a savage intro, isn't it? Yeah. As far as rhythm sections go, that is amazing.
Yeah, really strong. The Pointer Sisters, and it's funny, people know them for Automatic and big hits like that, but
I know.
That gritty style.
It's so often the way, I think, when people have had a few chart hits and it's crossed over into something else that, you know, people have no idea what goes on in the life of an artist before that happened, you know, very often. Written by the great Alan Toussaint.
Who is a great musician and songwriter. You've got the man himself, Curtis Mayfield, who I once had the privilege of meeting in a hat shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my moniker used to be Mad Hatter Trevor.
Yes, yeah.
I used to wear hats all the time, and I met him. He loves hats. I met him in Walker's Court somewhere, buying a hat, and I was next to me buying a hat, and I was Did you? I chatted to the man because I had a ticket for his concert that night.
Right.
And lovely bloke. And how many Curtis Mayfield albums have you got?
Lots. I mean, it's amazing, especially with the sort of Northern Soul thing on that scene. You know, you get enough of those 7 inches, and his influence, his writing influence, especially with the impressions, was everywhere in the 60s. I mean, from sort of 60 to 70, there are so many people playing guitar like him, so many people harmonising like him, the lyrical content of so much of his stuff, which was based, you know, civil rights and gospel based. His influence was everywhere.
This guy's going to take my job. Curtis Mayfield, Eddie, You Should Have Known Better, selected by my guest tonight, Martin Freeman.
When we were very young, life fluttered by like a hot butterfly, shone back young. We had just begun, we let it slide on by. We had an alibi.
Another selection from Martin Freeman, my special Hollywood guest.
I should just stop you before you go any further, because I know you'd want to get it right. You announced that Curtis song as Eddie, You Should Have Known Better, and of course, eagle-eyed and eagle-eared listeners will know it's Eddie, You Should Know Better.
And being a Northern Soul and soul music fan, he's bound to correct me.
I am.
Yes.
Thank
you for that, because you're right, I wouldn't be able to live with it. I've got to talk to you about films a little bit. Okay, The Hobbit is a trilogy.
Yes.
You've done the second one.
Yes.
But is it true, there's a rumour, that Peter Jackson didn't tell you that it was a trilogy?
He didn't tell us until the day of the wrap party. So we had finished, and we were going to have our celebration party that night for finishing principal photography. And he said, look, guys, we're going to make this into 3, so there will be pick-up shots next year, meaning this year.
Yeah.
So we went back for a little period of time this summer. And finished it all off. Yeah, it didn't actually make that. I mean, it didn't make that much difference. It was a prolonged time in New Zealand.
Yeah, but that's got to be a good thing for you.
There
surely.
are worse places to be. Yeah.
As easy as you could mind. Because when you need my love, and I give time after time, and turn around and find me no return.
Queen, Aretha Franklin. Good to me as I am to you. Is that right, Martin?
Yes,
Did I
that is
say
that.
it
Yeah,
right?
you did
sure?
that right. You got it. I'm all in the right order and everything.
1968?
68, Lady Soul.
Lady Soul.
Yes, yes. And who's playing guitar on it?
I don't know.
Eric Clapton.
No.
Yes, that's a young Clapton, yeah. From Cream, his band then, and he's doing the little glissandos on that, yeah.
Everything on that album's brilliant.
So good.
Now, you're going to be the latest inductee in our Vinyl Riches Hall of Fame. You're the only guest we've had who gets it. It sounds like Lionel Richie.
Oh, yeah, I know. That immediately occurred to me.
That
yeah.
made Kelly really happy, the producer.
I'm glad your joke has finally paid off.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
I've put up with that for a while. But no, you bought the vinyl in, which is a 7-inch single.
It's a 7-inch single of a song called To Know You Is To Love You by Cyrita, who at the time, of course, was Stevie Wonder's Inamorata. And it's a duet with Stevie. And I first heard it again on a Motown comp many years ago. And I was just determined to track it down on 7-inch, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And one time I was doing a play in Hull, in Humberside, and I saw it in a shop, and it was £2.50. I could not. I almost started crying, Trevor. I nearly genuinely started crying.
Are you one of
almost.
those people that whatever city in the world you go to,
Yes.
you always went looking
I am.
for a little record shop? I
Yes,
used to do
I
that.
am.
It drove
Yeah.
my girlfriend insane.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even if I was on work do, anything to do work,
Yeah.
I'm peeling off the...
I know. I've had to sort of wean myself off that a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was always my first port of call.
Sherlock's been incredible. I mean, so successful. Did you have an inkling of the success?
I knew that I liked it, and I think we all knew we were very fond of it. And after that, all you can do is hope and keep your fingers crossed that people agree. And but no, the reaction we got the first day it went out in 2010, it's like it became an immediate sort of hit, and it felt like it had been on forever. You know, after one episode, it's sort of like it seemed to slightly change the landscape of some British telly. You know.
Bang, just like that. It was huge. And we had a bit of drama in the last series, which the first episode of the latest series was just on TV tonight. Now, Sherlock survived the fall.
Yes, he
captured
did.
the nation's imagination. Was it really hard keeping it a secret? Did you work it out before you were told?
I had a sort of inkling. I think everyone had bits of theories of how he could have done it, and most of those bits of theories were in some way accurate, but only Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss knew exactly all the intricate details of how it was going to work. And yes, clearly that will be revealed at some point. Well, it was
Yes.
earlier.
For those who haven't watched it and are probably recording it, we're not going to give anything away. Last question. I've got to ask you this because
Yeah.
we're taking a sweepstake in the office and we
Yes.
think, okay, Stephen Moffat, right? And Mark Gatiss, who
Gatiss.
Gatiss, sorry.
Gatiss. Get
I'll
his
do that
name
again.
right.
I don't know. I'm
Get
not
his name,
into
Trevor
this.
Nolsen.
Stephen and Mark, who created Sherlock, also wrote Doctor Who.
Yes.
Mark Gatiss. And we all thought you'd make a great Doctor Who.
God bless you, really.
Would you take it if you were offered it?
No, I wouldn't. And that's not being disingenuous. Because it's the heavy workload and the amount of pressure that is on you. I mean, not like Bilbo is not. Bilbo doesn't fly under the radar, but you can be 8 or 9 months doing that show. Loads and loads of lines. You don't get to do anything else while you're doing it. I don't want to scare Peter Capaldi. He knows what he's in for, and he's a very fine actor. But no, I wouldn't do it because that is heavy pressure.
Is it because you have so many options at the moment?
Well, thankfully, I do have options, but I mean, I know so does Peter Capaldi, you know. But no, I think he's the man for that, not me. Yeah.
Well, I've lost the bet then.
Sorry, yeah.
Great having you anyway, mate.
Thanks, mate. You too.
And good luck in 2014. You're
Cheers,
on a roll,
you too.
mate, and keep it going.